How's it going, guys? It's your favorite parasite here, Mr. Fritchie Boy, and we're going to be cracking some Magic the Gathering booster packs. Today, we got Foundations Play Boosters. So if you don't know, this set is pretty much Magic core set. When they were doing a big set, that was a basic introduction to Magic, keeping the stuff basic, but no complicated mechanics going on. So you won't see anything too crazy, groundbreaking, like in terms of complexity. The mechanics are straightforward, like a lot of vanilla creatures with a lot of evergreen mechanics, like Flying, Vigilance, Trample. So, there's nothing in this set that'll make you rich, but there's a lot of solid playables. I was very, very pleased with the set when it came out. Felt like one of the better sets to come out, because during that point, we were hitting a slump with kind of underwhelming sets aside from Duskmourn, in my opinion. Vanilla, big turtle, nice big butt, good blocker, I like it. This set was super, super fun with the limited, making your, all the archetypes are straightforward. I really enjoyed the draft. Fake Your Own Death, it's a classic return your creature if they die this turn effect, with a little boost and a treasure. That's nice. I like those effects. They're pretty nifty. We got some cool little devil action going on. I can respect it. Sower of Chaos. I think an Omniscience would be great. This set was a big deal when it came out because it was reworking Standard. Instead of being a 2-year, 3-year rotation, they switched it to 5 years starting with this set. So the set will be legal till like 2029 or something insane. This deals X damage to target creature, create a number of 1/1 red goblins equal to the excess damage dealt to it. That's cool. That's a really cool, unique effect. I like it. Great for goblin decks, obviously. Alright, hitting our uncommons. Exciting. Makes this is nice for just fixing your multicolor decks in limited. Otherwise, it's pretty bulk. Omniscience, Rise of the Dark Realms would be cool. When I first started playing Magic, this was still considered a bomb. In the intro starter decks me and my brothers got, this card was a menace. It put in work. It's very, very, very sad to see nowadays that it's not as good as it used to be. It got power crept out hard. Probably decent, still limited. Alright, our rare, we got Loot, Magic's mascot. If you don't know, they love to parade this guy around to try to sell merch. He's they try to make him cute and throw him as many sets as possible. So we got mono green Loot, 3 mana, 1/4, play an additional land each of your turns. That's a cool effect, especially for the command zone. 6 tap, look at the top 6 cards of your library, reveal creature with mana value less or equal to the number of lands you control from among them. Put onto the battlefield the rest of the bottom random order. Wow, wow, wow. A way to get creatures equal to your lands, and this ramps you. Seems like a powerful as hell, just a mono green commander. Might build that, that's dope. We got our land. Nice, nice. I remember making multicolor, making your limited deck multicolor was pretty easy in the set. At least for me. Ooh, double hit pack. We got the Paradox Sculptor, 4 mana, being Simic, 1/4, beginning on combat each of your turns, put a 1/1 counter on up to 2 target creatures. Can double the number of each kind of counter on up to 2 target creatures and or artifacts. Super cool, so it doesn't make you just have to do 1/1 counters, but it's strongest in a 1/1 counter themed deck. Super cool, nice pulls. Alright, next pack we got. Yeah, this was a good set, I was impressed. Loot would be pretty good in that kind of deck, probably. Alright, we got a Tolarium Terror, a Serpent. Costs less for each instant sorcery. Good solid beater for blue. I'm glad blue doesn't just have the shittiest, weakest creatures with the worst drawbacks anymore. That pretty much killed blue as a color. It was fair when blue had just spells that were broken and should have never been printed, but now that the spells are still powerful as hell, you know, but they're not broken and completely unfairly cost, it's good that they made blue creatures not trash anymore. It was pretty bad before. They appreciate with Magic the color pie, how strong each color has their identities, each color has their own strengths. That's probably one of my favorite aspects of Magic. That and the resource gathering. Kind of slow building of your environment, your creatures, your lands, your card draw engines, so you can override your opponent and to get it total domination. Or you can go for combos or controlling what your opponent does. Super cool how the archetypes work with the different colors, color pairings, and then how they clash with each color's identity. Raid, when this creature enters, if you attack this turn, this creature deals 2 damage to any target. That seems like a very good fitting mechanic for red, being impulse and combat matters. And you gotta love a Minotaur Pirate. That's a super fun creature type. Alright, up next we got a Human Knight. Nice. I like how with humans you can just do generic humans, soldiers, or even knights. That's pretty cool. We got a Surabis. It's a 2-mana 4/2 dog. This creature does untap during your untap step. Morbid, at beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, untap this creature. See, that's something I really missed about OG Magic creatures a lot more back in the day. Is that, like, the big cruel creatures, they had a real drawback. You know, I don't want it to be drawbacks like blue old creatures where they're unplayable, but I like a balance where it's a powerful card, but you gotta work for it. It doesn't just give you a powerful card, no cost. Used to be a rare, downshifted. I still very, very much like this in my budget commander decks. Otherwise, you got some money to spend, there's a lot better removal spells. Okay, we got a enchantment aura that gives a guy double strike with flash. That is nifty and strong as hell, I feel like. Definitely not an all-star, but great in budget. And it looks like it could have its place in even a standard deck. Now that with the new standard bannings and the format getting slower, yeah. What do you guys think of the 5-year standard rotation? I kind of think it's a good idea. That's why I never got into standard. I just didn't like the deck of building a deck that would rotate out in terms of 2 years. You know, that seems expensive. I want my decks to be able to be played with forever, or at least have the option to upgrade them and keep up. Which I guess you can really only do in Commander. Extravagant Replication. Enchantment. Begin your upkeep. Create a token that's copied on another target non-land permanent you control. Whoa! You could definitely do some crazy fun combos, crazy synergies with this card that just busts the game open. That's a cool ass rare. Alright, what else we got? Got cool elf token, of course. Oh, I like that art for that blue-red land. That's cool. And we got a Fiery Annihilation. 3 mana, deals 5 to any target creature. Exile up to 1 target equipment attached to that creature. If the creature die, exile. So it's just a super fuck them kill spell. That's cool. So what do you guys think of Foundations? I think it was a highlight of 2024, one of the highlights. I like Duskmourn a lot from that year, and Foundations. Definitely think they did it right with those sets. While there is no really storyline because it's just a generic set, I think all the cards play together well. The limited environment's fun. They did their purpose well, and it was executed nicely. I think it's kind of hard to hate on the set. Alright, well, let me know what you guys think. Toodles!